Hello and welcome to the Stress Mastery Podcast. This is the Saturday episode and I am your host, Peggy Romero. I thank you guys for joining me so much today. It's both a blessing and an honor that you're here. Thank you. I'm truly grateful. This week we've been talking about connection. So the simple definition is a relationship in which a person, thing, or idea is linked or associated with something else. Oh my gosh, don't you think that connection is so much more emotional than that flat definition? I sure do. So let me just talk about the connection purpose for a quick minute first. So connection purpose aims to expand togetherness and create meaningful connections. So they're not just looking to be linked or associated with something else like the definition said. Individuals with this purpose excel at building relationships and fostering a sense of unity. However, individuals with the connection purpose must be mindful of their pendulum swing into aloofness. So due to their deep connection with others, they may feel overwhelmed or drained by intense emotions, leading to a state of detachment or distance, aloof. They must prioritize their own well-being and establish healthy boundaries to avoid feeling disconnected from themselves. So quick overview. They are all about connecting to others, connecting clarity of ideas and of vision. So they have solid qualities and a lack of deception, which I love. Acceptance of others is a natural virtue, and they're trustworthy, friendly, understanding, and inviting. But they can become withdrawn if they feel that they're not valued. It's essential that they value themselves. A daily self-care ritual is necessary, taking care of both their mind and body, because they have to be connected to feel alive. With an unbalanced body, the ego will disrupt the connection and their purpose. So the biggest asset is their liability to see what others do not comprehend, including minor issues that have not yet become problems. That would be nice insight. They work very well with growth and vitality purposes, as these are the two of the weakest regarding relationships and connection. So that's the connection purpose. So if you're a connection purpose, or if you have a connection value, and you haven't heard the episodes this week, go back and listen to them, because it's been a really great week on the podcast, and it will give you insight for yourself, or if you're, have kids that are connection, or mate, or, best friends or whatever. I love knowing stuff like this because I like knowing why I do what I do and why other people are doing that. So I thought that I would talk to you about connection to yourself. So, all of our relationships that we have, the relationship with ourselves is the most important. So I believe is true that so is the connection to yourself. So I've been on this personal development and spiritual growth journey for the past several years now, really seriously. And I'm really doing better. I'm so much better than I was that I thought that I'd share a few of these little stories with you. I think it's funny how I really do mind my business. I stay to myself a lot. And then I'm constantly learning from all these situations that arise around me. So, because I don't think that many things happen, but I guess they kind of do. It's amazing how many things just lay out in front of me and I don't even think about it at the time. But then later I look back and go, wow, that's the first time I've ever reacted like that. Or that's the first time I behaved that way. Because usually whatever was happening, I was striking back and forth. So here's a couple things. I love a schedule. I'm a scheduled person. I know it might not be right, but that's just what I like. I like to get everything done. So I have these plans of what I'm going to do for the week and for the day and for the month and even for the year. So a schedule works really well for me. It keeps me on track. So up until recently, I would get completely rattled if things didn't go the way that I wanted them to go. So I've talked about it on the podcast before and on my social media that I had a retreat just a couple weeks ago at a beautiful resort in New Mexico. It was great. I advertised it as a wellness and yoga retreat. They offer yoga at the resort twice a day, and it's in this beautiful yurt. It's really cool in there. So it said on their website that you had to schedule it ahead of time, reserve your spot. And when I spoke to them on the phone to make the reservation, I asked if I could sign everybody up. And they said no, not over the phone, but that as soon as I got there, I could sign everybody up for the whole, 4 or 5 days that we were there. So I arrived the day before the retreat started with the intention that I was going to sign everybody up at 9 o'clock. So I had this schedule. We were going to do yoga at 9 and then Tai Chi at 10:30. So we needed to do the yoga at 9, right? Well, just before we got there, they changed their policy. They didn't change it on the website. I checked. And nobody ever called me and told me anything about it. But this nice lady was trying to explain it to me that I wasn't going to be able to do it. But I insisted. They told me on the phone, several times. So for whatever reason, she decided that she was going to listen to the recording to prove, if I was telling the truth or not. And she did prove that I was telling the truth. But then she came back to me and said, well, I listened to the recording and what you're saying is right, but we've changed the rules, so I can't honor that. And we'll have to do some training with the people in the scheduling, and we'll have to update the website. Okay, so no resolution. The old Peggy, or should I say Lucy, my ego, would have went insane with this. I would have just been fighting to get my way. There would have been no way that I would have just said, oh, okay, well, thanks for trying, and walked away. I'd be insisting I need to talk to the manager. You're going to have to make an exception. I have people coming. All the while, it wouldn't really be about the yoga. It would be about making me look bad, or what are these people going to think about me? I'm in charge of this yoga retreat. I promised them yoga. Now I'm a failure. This can't be happening to me. I know me. Instead, I took the disappointment and let it go. I have a conflict I need to work out. I honestly stayed in the moment. It was incredible. I need to resolve the conflict, right? It doesn't, any of the other stuff doesn't matter. So how am I going to do this? It's a yoga retreat. I did promise them yoga, so, I've got to be true to my word. It's a business, right? One of the ladies who's coming to the retreat is a yogi. She teaches yoga. So all I had to do was ask her, if we can't get into the class, would you mind, teaching us yoga? I can pay you for it. Would you be willing to do some gentle yoga with us as the house? Or can we do it in the afternoon, in the yurt or whatever? So I just asked her, and she agreed immediately. Yeah, whatever, however it works out. No problem. Conflict, resolution. I didn't need to think about it anymore. It was done. And I know that me before would have taken it so personally. And now I get it. It isn't personal. They just changed their policy. That's all. I didn't have to listen to Lucy telling me how I screwed everything up, where before I would have allowed her to run the show. And I would have been telling anybody who would listen to my tale of woe what happened. It didn't even occur to me to talk about it anymore this time. Once I figured it out, that was it. And the best part of this is I didn't even think all this through until I got home. That's when I realized, ta-da, you did it right. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that I didn't throw a royal fit at this peaceful and serene place. Because when everybody arrived for the retreat, I told them the situation that I couldn't sign everybody up and that we'd have to go down there early if we wanted to make sure we got a spot. I also let them know about my backup plan. And guess what? Nobody cared. Not one of them cared. Nobody was set on going to yoga at 9 o'clock anyways. I had pointed out several times in all of my advertising that, they didn't have to stick to the schedule. They could do whatever they wanted. They were totally flexible. I mean, the whole 4 days went just in flow. Nobody cared about anything. And oh my gosh, it felt amazing. Because for once, I wasn't pushing my agenda. I wasn't worried that they thought that I messed up. I wasn't worried about staying on my schedule. I actually connected to the people and realized that they didn't care about the schedule. And it was great. I was able to stay connected to my heart where creativity lives and just go with the flow. Instead of being connected to my head where the ego's trying to push everything through and tell you what to do and prove that I'm right and strong and smart, able, or whatever it is. Instead, I had this beautiful connection with the people. We just gently went from one thing to another. Another thing that I've noticed lately is my more heartfelt connection with other people. It's kind of like having a little bit of extra intuition, I think. It's invisible connection, but I can feel it more. I really can. I'm a vitality purpose and not always into connection to others. Like I was saying in the introduction of the connection purpose, growth and vitality struggle with this because they're the two of the weakest regarding to relationships and connections. So I see myself as somebody who loves people, and here I don't have connection. Weird, because I really do want everybody to be their best self. I don't even have connections as one of my values. I don't get it, but it's just me. I sometimes just don't see what's right in front of me. But with this new connection to myself, like my true self, my heart, My heart's so much more open that I'm staying connected to God more. And this naturally is helping me with my connection to other people. This helps me see that, oh, the whole universe, we are all one. We are all connected. Where before I thought, what are you talking about? So this experience has really helped me, like, look back and see, wow, I really have grown. I'm a student of humanity and I'm learning from my experiences, and I'm so happy. And not only was it amazing for me that I didn't throw a royal fit that would have, changed everything, because I'm a schedule maker and a schedule keeper. My schedule also was completely out the window. I mean, first day, and it remained gone. I mean, we barely looked at it the whole time that we were there, and I was okay with it. Really, I was. It was awesome. I didn't feel compelled to have breakfast on the table at 8 o'clock, even though that's what the schedule said, because we were going to go to yoga at 9. These people were not even coming out of their room for coffee until 8 o'clock. And I mean, part of a wellness retreat is relaxing, and that's what they really wanted to do. And I can honestly tell you that none of them cared, and especially me. So yay me. The other really great thing that I was super happy about was that since we weren't following the agenda, I, told them a couple times, like, okay, so we're not on the agenda, but you guys all have the plan. So let me know whatever you want to do in whatever order, I don't care. And so it was honestly great for me because they came to me still and said, hey, can we still do the class about the let go technique? Oh, can you teach us how to close the day? Well, I want to make sure that I learn about the Green Focus Power Hour. And one of the girls even got up and started doing Green Focus Power Hour with me. So that was really cool. So it ended up just perfect because each person cared about what they cared about. They came, with whatever their own idea was of what they needed. They all learned what they came to learn, and I was able to live in the now, in harmony, in peace, connection to myself and to the other people that were there. Wow. Another thing that just happened this week is that we had a meeting, and I'm talking about a phone meeting, not a business meeting, with my sisters, because we're planning my brother's memorial at the end of this month. So it was going to be at my daughter's house. She was on the call too, not just my sister's. And she started having second thoughts about what we were doing and all of this stuff. And she really wanted to change things up a bit. Well, she wanted to change them up a lot. And guess what? I was okay with it. My other sister was okay with it. One of my sisters was saying, well, I'm fine as long as we do this or that and such and such. So it was okay because we all agreed. It was incredible. We completely changed the plan and we were all okay. So after about a half an hour of discussion, we had it all figured out. And my one sister says, or I think it was my sister, says, wow, so we're all okay just like that? Everything's just okay? And so my daughter, Melissa, says, well, Mom's not a complete control freak anymore, and I'm no longer crazy. Aunt so-and-so is not on this call, and so everything's cool. We're all good. You guys, I can only tell you that a few years ago, it would have never went this way at all. Even a year ago, 6 months ago, I have a deeper connection with people. I have more empathy. I can see them, and I don't have to have my way anymore. I'm connected to my heart, not my head. I've changed, and my energy is raised up so much that the energy has risen up in the tribe. You guys, it really works. It really, really works. And I don't care if somebody doesn't like my idea. I don't care if they want to change plans. Honest and truly, I don't care. And it is amazing. Most of the time, it doesn't matter anyways, right? But it used to matter to me. So I have one more example of growth and how it has helped me in connection to myself. This is another thing that's happened to me naturally now, so much more often, which is a far cry from my old identity. I listen so much better. I don't have to jump in and answer. I can respond instead of react without even trying. So a friend of mine was telling me about this big issue that he's having, and I could hear the activation in his voice. I could, hear it. I knew it was his ego. So at that point, it didn't matter what I said. Remember, when our ego activates, it's not us anymore. It's not you that's talking. Your ego has conscious mind control. And if you try to talk to someone while it's actually their ego, you're just going to end up fighting your ego against their ego. Defend, attack, attack, defend. It's an exercise in futility, we'll call it. The thing is, you cannot come down off the mountain and go drag them up from the valley up to where you are. You have to stay firmly planted. Wait for the dust to settle. Wait till they're ready to listen. Wait for the wall to come down. And then you can gently reach out and offer them a hand. They don't need advice while they're mad or upset. So the next day I found out that my silence helped him greatly. I gave him no reason to defend the stance. Shh. Silence is golden sometimes. Because the next day, I was told that my silence spoke volumes, that I helped him with my silence. It's amazing. I really do think that if I would have tried to reach out while he was in the red zone, I know I would have just rattled his cage even more. I would have given him a reason to attack me and defend his position. Remember, don't feed the darkness. We have to rise above the ego. Stay connected. You get to stay at rest, live in peace. In the past, this would have been an argument for me. In the past, I would have thought that they were judgmental. I would have felt like I had to tell them something that they were doing wrong or that they were thinking wrong. I would have asked them to open their eyes and see what they're doing and saying and believing. I'm happy I stayed connected. I didn't think anything. I just listened. And best of all, it came naturally to me to just be quiet. Be still. I say it to myself every morning in my meditation. It was the right time to speak. It wasn't the right time to remind them of how important relationships are or anything else for that matter. My connection from my heart to his heart knew it was time to listen and just be still. Don't feed the darkness. So I want to share with you guys just a few things that I do and have done that I honestly believe have helped me connect to myself. Journal out all your stuff. Any conflicts that you have, get it off your chest and onto paper. Release it. Let it go. Get all the stuff out at least every night when you're closing your day. And if you have the luxury to do it all day long, do it. Ask yourself why you're so upset. Why am I still letting this person bother me? Because those are choices that you're making. Sometimes I realize, I was going to get mad about something, but then I didn't. Sometimes I think, that would have really bothered me before. And I realize I just don't care anymore. I also think if you're a loner, connect with your friends. Connect with people. Don't stay alone all the time. We all need love and connection. And if you are constantly taking care of other people and with people all the time, back up. Take time for yourself. I know Coach Felix got a random day off the other day, and I was so surprised. I haven't talked to him about it yet. He went to the shooting range. I never knew that love purposes like to shoot things. But I guess it makes sense because he's shooting targets, because I know he would never hurt a fly. But what my point is, do something that you love to take care of yourself. So I really enjoy getting massages and body scrubs and facials and all that kind of stuff. It's all expensive, so I don't do it really often. But when I do it, and I suggest that when you do it, to be intentional. Just be still, breathe, connect to your heart. Don't worry about where you're at or anything. Just experience the moment. Use it as a calming, peaceful time for yourself. Connect with yourself on purpose. And how about creating a calm state of being inside yourself? Practice. Stress mastery is living in harmony. And it doesn't matter what's going on the outside. You really can find peace on the inside. You can stay connected to your heart every second of the day. Stay connected to your true self on purpose. But it starts with you. And it is absolutely nothing to do what's going on with your life right now. So you can't use it as an excuse. I know. If this is new to you, it doesn't make sense. I get it because I used to think that. But it really is true. So I started out by reading this great book that Bill told me to read, Finding the Now by Eckhart Tolle. And it opened my eyes to the possibility. The possibility of being calm in this moment. The possibility of finding peace in chaos. And I purposely and intentionally sought after that peace. In the midst of the storm, at almost any moment of your life, and I mean any moment, you can find peace. But you got to learn how to stop connecting to the crazy that goes on in your head all the time. So here's a suggestion. This is like just things that I used to do when I very first started. I still do it now too. Just sit. Just be still. Connect to your heart. Stop focusing on the thoughts. Let them pass by like passing clouds. Just let them go by. Don't connect to them. Don't think a thing about them. Just let them go by. Watch them. I've said it before. Just because something pops in your head, it surely doesn't mean you need to think about it. And most of those thoughts that we have all day long don't even deserve our attention. We've seriously, really, already thought of them a million times before. Let it go by. Don't connect to the story because that's the ego. I'm asking you to intentionally connect to yourself, where right now, everything is okay. Right now, I'm safe. Right now, I can't change what's happening with my child. At this moment, I can sit and take care of myself just by connecting. Right now, I can calm my mind so I can finish out the rest of this workday and begin to think straight again. Be still. Take a few purposeful breaths. It will get you into the green zone. Now perhaps you'll be able to solve the problem that you're having, the issue at hand, the conflict. Conflict, resolution, connected to your heart and not to your head. Try it. Purposefully create calm in your mind and in your heart. Connect to what truly is happening right now. Because right now, at this moment, everything's okay. Just keep reminding yourself. If you can remember that, this will be a game changer. Start practicing. I promise you will never regret it. Every single one of us is going to have things happen to us all day long. That's just the way life is. How you handle it is up to you to decide. Mindfulness will make a huge difference in your perception. Becoming aware of how you're feeling and understanding that the body supports the mind can really help you with this. So don't be afraid to practice. You will get better over time, and you'll see lasting results. I love it. I also like Tai Chi for mindfulness, for connection. I practice Tai Chi twice a week. It's like a moving meditation. You stay grounded. You connect. And the different movements in Tai Chi Cha that I take encourage you to picture letting go. Visualize it. I'm letting go of this. I'm bringing in more of this. My standard mantra, I'm letting go of fear and I'm accepting love. But you can change it to whatever you need to for whatever you're going through at the time. I'm letting go of worry. I'm bringing in more peace. It doesn't matter what it is. And also, just the basic let go technique. I mean, it works, guys. Practice it. If you're not carrying the cart around, start carrying it. You'll be able to stop carrying resentment. Stop harboring fear and judgment. Learning to let go changes your life. It will allow you to become the person that you've always wanted to be by self-authoring your life. You got to let go of the problems that no longer serve you so that you can bring in new programs that do. I think I said let go of the problems that no longer serve you. No problems serve you. Let go of the programs that don't serve you so that you have room for the ones that will work for you. The very best way that I've ever found to do this is to connect to yourself. Meditation. Guys, please try meditation. Take time to practice mindfulness. It can be super simple. Super, super simple. I listen to this song almost every morning, and it's called Holy Spirit. I listen to it so often that I have a Siri suggestion that comes on my phone that says that it's time to listen to the song. I think it's so funny. It's just like when I'm in Pella and I go to the gym at the same time every day. Here I walk, but in Pella I drive, so when I get in the car, it knows where I'm going. It cracks me up that a computer brain knows that it's time for me to work out, knows that I need to meditate. Sometimes the computer knows what we know, knows better for us what we know to do than we know ourselves. So I think it's kind of funny. Anyways, I listened to this song called Cody Carnes and Carrie Job, live version. It's named Holy Spirit. It's about 10 minutes long, and it's perfect for meditation. It is beautiful. Just closing your eyes in connection to God. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. This song makes it so easy for me, so I've just never stopped doing it because I love it. Make sure that your feet are firmly planted on the floor. Ground yourself. Feel the love within. That's connection. Experience it in your heart. It's overwhelming joy, at least for me. So I look at Jesus Christ through my mind's eye. That's peace and joy and love for me. You don't have to look at Jesus. You can picture anything that you want. Connect to what's important to you. I mean, this is for you, right? And we're all different. My connection to God is the most important thing to me in my whole world, so that's what I do. But try listening to the song. And I mean, I shed tears of joy almost every morning. I never get tired of it because I can feel the love immediately. Imagine God just sitting there waiting for me to come back to connect to him. I mean, nobody loves me that much, but he does. So I feel the Holy Spirit flow into me and through me. I feel the love of the whole world in those early morning moments. I feel the connection to the all. I feel the higher vibration emanating from my soul. And that's creating a shift in the planet. Connection to God, connection to self, the true self. And of course, in Miracles, one of the sections says over and over, I am not a body, I am free, for I'm still as God created me. And finally, understanding that has really helped me connect to my true self. I wake up every morning with a joyful heart, knowing that good things are coming my way. You guys, I pray that you would find something like this for yourself. I just can't help it. I'm so happy because I've got joy, peace, and love in my heart. I want it for you too. And it's not just in my heart. It's actually me. It's really me. Being, not doing. I'll always be grateful that I met Bill Courtwright. Damn you guys, he knows what he's doing. And I know not all of us can coach with him, but his program really works. There are great coaches in the community right now. You can coach with them, or you can just go in there and connect with them. And you can have a life filled with harmony too. So if you're not ready to coach with anyone yet, that's okay. There's still an open door for you. Just please go into the community, stressmasterycommunity.com. Everything's in there that you need. And you can learn to have this kind of connection. Hopefully it won't take you years like it took me. I'm a pretty tough case. I know I was a challenge. But I love you, Bill. And I know sometimes he was ready to give up on me, and he didn't. And I thank God for that. I'm completely a different person. I'm totally and richly blessed in this beautiful life that I've created. And I'm telling you guys, 100% stress mastery. I've been through a lot of stuff in my life, and so believe me when I tell you, I know how you feel, because I actually probably do. No matter what you've been through, no matter where you're at right now, you don't have to live like that anymore. There is peace and harmony available for all of us. Hope to see you in the community. That's it for today's podcast. Remember, our mission here is to create a shift in the planet, and you can join us on that mission by simply like, share, and subscribe. The links are right below the show notes. I love you. God bless you. Until next time, stay inspired.